what I want to get into next is kind of what we're thinking for the divisions this upcoming season. What are your thoughts for the NFC West or I'm sorry, the NFC East and how that's looking?
Well, I mean, based off of last year, I mean, no one in the East is expected to do that well. I mean, being a Washington fan, I guess I'm somewhat biased, and I admit that. But even if I wasn't, and I tried to look at it in a sense where like, okay, just looking at the way the teams change and the additions that they put on, they do look like the best team in that division possibly, in my opinion. But that also depends how it translates to the field. The Cowboys, if Dak Prescott's healthy, they can be a threat, but it depends really because sometimes he does well, but then if the rest of the team doesn't, like, their defense is just so bad. So even if
Yeah,
Dak is able to put up some points and make stuff happen, they were 1-3 last season when he started. So it's like, people overhype the Cowboys, overhype all of that so much. Oh, they'll make the playoffs this season. Every
yeah.
Cowboys fan ever is always saying they're going to the Super Bowl. Like every season, it's
They
like, come on,
always
guys.
they always
But
throw it out there.
yeah, every all the time. It's just like, come on, you guys, like,
I guess you can't get
be
in if you don't
realistic.
believe, you know.
I guess, man, but it's like, that you got to have like a certain level of realism on your outlook. I appreciate the optimism and all, but come on, guys, it just gets annoying. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think that they're going to be that big of a threat. I think if it's like last year, we'll beat them this time. The Eagles, has, I mean, I don't even really need to talk about the Eagles. Like, I just,
Yeah.
they're probably going to be, they're going to have a terrible season. I think I would imagine them having like a 3-14 season or
Do you
something. So,
think that the
I,
Eagles potentially finish as the worst team in the league this year?
um, it is possible because the Jets and the Jags now have improved. So they're not gonna have a one game season like,
Yeah.
or two. The Jets had two and then the Jags had one, right?
Right.
So the Jets have three, two. Okay.
The Jets
Yeah, I
have
don't
two.
think that'll happen again. I think that they're at least gonna win some more games than that. So if the Eagles really do that badly and they only win something like 3 games or even maybe 2 games, yeah, they very well could be. And unless Jalen Hurts comes out and starts to be spectacular, but that doesn't seem likely. So
Yeah. I
I'd
mean,
say the biggest threat is oh, sorry, go ahead.
no. I was just gonna say that could be a way that if they struggle down the stretch, that could be a way that Minshew gets into those games
Yeah,
because
that's true.
there's usually two reasons that should go down your quarterback depth chart in the NFL: injury, or you're just too damn bad, and you're just like, this guy's not working. It's like, let's try Flacco. If Flacco's not working, let's try Minshew. You know, it's like, and hell,
Yeah.
if Minshew doesn't work, maybe they bring back Mullins.
No,
I
I
was
knew you were
like,
gonna say that. Like,
I was like,
no, they're not doing that.
you need warm bodies out there at some point. You know, like that's how
I
we
was
were
surprised
last
anybody
season.
picked him up. Like, seeing when, and it was really funny when it was the Eagles, like the one of the worst teams now in the league,
Oh
pick him
yeah,
up.
go
That was
throw.
just
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
Like,
go
and in
throw.
the NFC East.
Nick Sirianni saw enough. He saw enough. He probably saw because in his last preseason game he looked pretty good. He was like 8 out of 10, but he had looked terrible to that point. Like I think his first two preseason games doomed him. And then they saw that they could
Yeah,
get Minshew, and then they're like, all right, you're out the door. Nicky Mullins is out
yeah.
the door. But I'm
So
with you.
and yeah, and
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna just say
Finish, finish your
I'm
thought.
with you on thinking that they have the most impressive team. Washington, that
Who?
is. Washington.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say last because I didn't mention the Giants yet. I would say they would probably be the biggest threat, especially because they did beat us both times last season, which is so irritating. I remember one of those games like we should have won. I think it was a missed kick. I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
want
sure
to say it was
Dustin
a missed
Hopkins
field
missed the
goal.
kick. Yeah, and that was infuriating. But both of them were very close. But I think we're going to be a lot better than last year.
Yeah.
But I think that will be the biggest threat. But I think, bias aside, if I just was, looking at all the teams, I would think Washington has the best chance.
Yeah. I would agree with you from like, and I like Washington, but I'd of course agree with you from like kind of an outsider's perspective, just
Yeah,
looking
you can have
at
more of an outsider's
at what
perspective,
they've
and
done. I mean, the defense was already stacked, and they go and add Jamin Davis, who I think with coaching and like he got better in each of the preseason games.
Yeah, he
So
did.
yeah, so that was encouraging. He didn't look that great in the first one, but over the second and third game, he definitely played faster and played better. Um, so they add him to an already good defense, and the offense gets faster. They get Curtis Samuel. You get Antonio Gibson, who's got another training camp in there as a running back, which wasn't his natural position. I mean, he had a great
Right.
first year to begin with. They add Adam Humphries to play the slot. They add Fitz, who's he's a wild man out there. They got Taylor if they want to mix him in and do some stuff like
And
Kyle
I
Stroud
like
did.
what I've seen from him in that
Yeah,
preseason. Like
yeah, he's looked
he's
good. At one
yeah.
point, he completed 11 straight passes in a preseason game. I was like, this is looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could potentially. I know Fitz is going to start, but if Fitz goes Fitz tragic, I know that Heineke is going in.
Yeah,
Like,
and yeah,
so I
it's
hope
it's
that doesn't
it's
happen,
it's
but
it's not a it's not a bad problem to have two good
right,
quarterbacks. That's what
yeah,
we're
like
dealing with.
I'm
Like,
comfortable really with either one, but
yeah,
I feel like Fitz could be better if he plays to his highest potential. But
yes,
Heineke also is like more of an unknown. It seems like he's developing. Like I know he's been in the league for some time, but I don't know. It's just for him to do what he's doing, it seems odd that he has never really had a chance somewhere. But maybe he just never got the chance. And
I
there's
could
always
see
somebody
him
better. And
if because Fitz is on a 1 year deal. I could see him if he
right,
stays as the number two for this season,
mm-hmm.
him sticking around, and when Fitz contract expires, them like sending Fitz on the road, and then naming Heineke the starter after he's had another year of practice in the offense. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that if he progresses in a way where Ron's comfortable with it and sees that he's good enough to do that, then yeah. I mean, I think that there's a good chance they might try and draft somebody next in the next draft, but that's so far away. I'm not even gonna comment on that. I saw a mock
Yeah.
draft the other day. Oh my god,
Oh,
I
already.
I
Mo-
wanted to shoot
Mock
myself in the
drafting
head.
in August
I was
before
like,
in the
I
preseason.
was like, what am I
Yeah,
seeing right now?
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
couldn't believe that.
Speculation running wild. Oh man. But yeah, I mean,
Didn't the Giants also pick up get some good stuff in the free agency
they
too?
did.
I feel
They
like
did.
they improve also quite a bit. That
Yeah.
was another, I forgot to mention. That was part of my point of why I think they're bigger. So I can't remember the names, but I know that
Kenny
they picked up
Galladay.
some
They
stuff.
got they got
Kenny
Kyle.
Galladay, that's one
They
of them.
got Kyle Rudolph, the tight end from
Kyle
Minnesota.
Rudolph, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Those two, yeah.
Yeah. So they're gonna have him and Evan Ingram. So I'm sure they're gonna try to do the two tight end set a
Yeah.
lot more. Joe Judge is a Patriots assistant, so he loves all things Bill. All those Bill assistants, they always leave Bill, and then they always try to like Patriot way that stuff, and it never works. The only person that
Right.
I mean, we'll see if it works for Bill this year, but maybe it was the Tom way. We'll see. But I think the Patriots can be
He's
good
got
again.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, he loves Mac Jones, Mac Horton
Yes,
Jones.
finally another Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Gridiron Heights. If you haven't seen it, folks, check it out. That's
Oh
that's
yeah, it's one of the
that's
best.
worth the
So this is
price
like
of
a
admission.
free plug here, like because
Yeah,
we get nothing for mentioning obviously.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, great, hilarious show about football and all the players. And oh
Absolutely.
my god, it's the
Yeah,
best thing ever.
they
If you haven't seen it, you're gonna love it. If you love football, you're just gonna love it because
yeah they clown on just about everybody and everything in
it's
there.
amazing. It's amazing.
But I'm
And the
I'm with
rookies with the baby voices.
yeah yeah that's true. But I agree with you. I think that Washington followed by New York probably are the best teams. I think that Philadelphia, just based on the fact that they're actually in a rebuild, is I mean the only reason the Eagles were as close as in the division race as they were is because the difference between the
Yeah,
first team and the
the
last team
division
was
was all
4 and 7
terrible.
games. It was 3 games,
Yeah.
3 game difference. But yeah, I mean I think that New York wins more games this year. I think Dallas wins more games this year, and I think Washington wins more games this year. I still think that Washington, followed by, I think that it's going to probably be, and this is, we haven't played one game yet, but I think it's probably going to be
Yeah, it'd be
Washington.
easier after one or two
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
My prediction is Washington, New York, Dallas, Philadelphia. But
Same here.
if that Dallas's defense
But
has to be
yeah,
better. It has to.
yeah, it depends. If Dallas, that's the thing. Like, because we have to see a real game. Like, if we
Right.
win week one, if I can at least see them all play once,
Yeah.
then I make like a better assessment of how they do
Oh
and how
yeah.
we do and all
Yeah,
that. But
we're just bullshitting out our asses
yeah,
for the
we're just like,
viewers
this
right
is
now.
what we think
Just
as of
giving you
now.
guys
But
content. Yeah. So absolutely, and this could all
oh
go to
yeah, and then
shit.
so later you can just be like, hey, you were fucking totally wrong,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you guys, if I'm wrong and the fucking damn Cowboys win, then I guess you guys can come back and talk shit. But I, if the Cowboys are good and they win the division, they're gonna have to rely, and the defense, it has to be better because they were
It
32nd.
can't,
So
yeah,
there's, yeah,
can't get
it
any
can't
worse.
get
So
worse. And I
I
mean,
mean, it could be just as bad, I guess.
yeah, with Dak and like, cause he's got three good receivers. He's got Amari Cooper, he's got Michael Gallup, and he's got C.D. Lamb. Plus he's got Zeke. I mean, the one good thing that I think they got Blake Jarwin as their tight end. I'd say the one, and they've got a good offensive line. So the one kind of weak spot on their offense is kind of tight end. Um, but they've got a good offense. Defense, they improved at safety and linebacker. So we'll see what happens there. But
Yeah, they'll be a little better on defense, but I think it's still going to be a pretty, it's not going to
yeah,
be good. It's going to be their weakness for sure. And if they in their offense, I don't think it's strong enough to win them enough to get them enough points and win them enough games alone. So that's
yeah,
why I think they're going to be third in the division.
yeah, I could see that. I mean, Joe Judge is teaching the Giants to play disciplined football. They're improving the offense, and Daniel Jones. I mean, say what you will, the guy fumbles a lot, but I don't think he's a bad QB. I mean,
No, he is good. I honestly, I remember there's times where I was jealous. I'm like, man, we could have had Daniel
yeah,
Jones. Like,
yeah.
but that fumble when
DJ's
he got
pretty good.
tackled by a
Yeah,
ghost was like
that was
really
funny.
embarrassing. I
That
imagine
was
for
funny.
like because I still
Poor
laugh
guy.
about that. That was the
Poor guy.
funniest thing. Was like,
Yeah,
and then his answer was like, oh, I tried to run too fast, too hard. I was like,
yeah.
you had like 20 yards of separation. Why on earth were you like running for your life? Like,
Yeah, you could
oh
probably have,
man.
turned off the Jets a little bit on that one. But yeah,
Yeah, dude, you
yeah.
could have just coasted in. Like, that's just so funny. It was his rookie season now, right? So he's probably like,
No,
that
it
was
was
his
his
rookie
second
season.
year. It
Was
was
it
his
his
second.
second
Yeah,
season?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because his first year he like split time with Eli.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I
Yeah,
forgot about. So this is his
yeah.
first like full season
First full season as the man. Yeah.
until he got hurt. Did he get hurt? Or am I
Um,
making that up? Why do I think that?
yes, because he did because Colt McCoy came in.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Okay. All right. For some reason I wasn't sure if that
I
was
remember. I'm like the NFL Oracle. I'm like, wait a
right.
minute, Colt McCoy.
Rimba.
Colt McCoy, yeah, exactly. Simba.
Well, McCoy, who now plays for, oh, I know it. I know it. I know it. It's not the Cardinals. Is
Oh, yes, it absolutely is. But no,
Is it? Oh, I
yeah,
was right. I always second guess myself.
yeah.
I'm like,
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just go with it. I never do. That's why I was like, Gardner Minshew's a second round pick. He's not. He's a
he's
sixth
not.
round pick. But I mean, you just throw it out there confidently, and maybe who knows. But